Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am the Chief NFT Strategist. Gang in the building. Happy Monday, folks. I hope you had an amazing weekend, and I hope that your Monday is starting off in an amazing way. Mine is extremely busy, which is always a good thing for me. I like to be moving and shaking and meeting and executing, and but it's a lot. It's a lot. A little stressful because there's so many moving parts. Working on the app, working on the Bar Gang, working on some other things, other projects that I have going on. But a lot of the things that I've been working on for years is coming to reality, and excited about the relaunch. Once again, I'll share those details soon, but still got some more work to do, a lot of tedious tasks, a lot of things that you may take for granted when you open up an application. I'm the one on the back end trying to make sure that you have the best user experience. So we got to make sure all the things are consistent throughout the application. We got to make sure that everything works. And yeah, so lots of meeting, lots of yelling and screaming and fighting back and forth, but it's all for a good cause. When you're working on something that you're passionate about, it's always motivating to get up and do those hard things. So that's where I'm at. And I don't want to be before you long because I need to get to the gym. I still got more work to do. So before I jump into this show, let me do this. So be sure to go out and mint your Bar Gang NFT. It's really simple to do. If you need the instructions, it's in the description. We're cheap right now. Like I always say, I'm not a financial advisor or expert, but I truly believe, in my opinion, that the Bar Gang is going to do some amazing things in the future. So definitely check it out, Mint One, and I'm always available if you have any questions or you want me to expand on anything that I say we're going to do as far as our utility. So, speaking of NFTs, let's do this. I saw this article and I was like, "Whoa, this is deep." So let me go right into it. So the title of the article is "NFTs Are a Scam." It says indie marketplace itch.io. It's an exploitation of creators and the destruction of the planet. Whew, that is deep. While some publishers like Ubisoft push right ahead with NFTs, regardless of how their own workers feel about it, the others like EA are prepared to half-ass their way through the fad. One video game marketplace issued one of the most welcome statements I've seen from within the industry. Posting over the weekend, itch.io, the global marketplace for indie games, said that a few have asked about our stance on NFTs and elaborated with, and this is a tweet from itch.io. A few have asked, oh, I already said that. NFTs are a scam. If you think they are legitimately useful for anything other than the exploitation of creators, financial scams, and the destruction of the planet, the we ask that please evaluate your life choices. Okay, they got to work on that grammar, but you get the point. Um, yeah. So hell yeah, it's so obvious a thing to say that we shouldn't need to be drawing attention to this because NFTs are a scam. Once again, that's not a belief or a hypothesis. It's literally the foundation on which they are built, and the entire thing is playing out exactly how a textbook about scams would describe. Woo! And yet, this is video games, and we live in the late stage decay of capitalism because there is a quick buck to be made before it all goes to shit. There are companies, many of whom maintain a facade of fiscal respectability and who employ thousands of people worldwide who do not care about the glaring ethical and economic problems clearly on display in the crypto space. They jump in for that quick buck regardless. So you could read the rest of the article. Well, let me read it. It's only one more paragraph. You could argue, of course, that it's very easy for itch.io to say this, since the site is about publishing small indie games and will have almost zero business to lose by taking this stance. I would then argue that if you or your company care more about your short-term profits than the multiple failings of the NFT space, enough to prioritize the former over the latter, then you can go F yourself. So interesting. Let me remove that for a second. Quick. I've talked about this before. I do think there are a lot of scams out there. I mean, I've only been in this space for about 5-6 months, and I've gotten scammed a lot already. I had the about the $7,000 scam where in my Discord, someone was pretending to be a pretty big YouTuber, and why I didn't dig a little deeper is because I just emailed that YouTuber asking for them to get, provide some mention of our new launch coming out. And so when I got this message on my Discord, I was like, oh, shoot. Okay. And then he's basically telling me, hey, he's going to feature the app. He's going to talk about it. He's going to put in one of his videos and it costs this amount. Now, me being a dummy, I should have emailed back or I should have went to his Twitter and gotten confirmation. But it's almost like when you're desperate to try to market and promote your product, you kind of fall in the trap and you're like, oh shit, the excitement, oh, this guy's going to feature me. So you really build that into your marketing efforts. And so I ended up paying the amount. I think it was about 3,000 for this feature. It was a certain amount of time I would be featuring this video. And then when I really should have known something, another guy came and sent me a message, said they work with this particular YouTuber, and here's a link to their page. And they were another big YouTuber. So I'm like, oh, okay, I could get double the exposure. Once again, when you're desperate, when you're thinking of, man, I got to get as much exposure as I can for this project, sometimes you don't do what you need to do, despite the fact that you're also working on a bunch of other things. So this guy comes along, his price is half the price. We'll give you a mention, boom. And then I'm waiting, I'm expecting the video to come out. And then the guy says, oh, we need an extra certain amount so that we could pay our editors. That was really the trigger, but still, I'm just like, you're still caught up. You're still caught up in the moment. You got a million things going on. So these people are very, very, very good. And same thing with the other guy. So when it was all said and done, um, it was about $7,000. And then at one point, it just hit me like, hold up, do I even know this is a real person? I'm actually getting mad at that YouTuber, saying to myself, man, this dude won't respond back to me, blah, 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 blah. And then at that moment, it hit me. I was like, hold up, this is a scam. And so I messaged both of these gentlemen back, or whatever they are, bots or whatever the hell they are, messaged them back. I was like, thanks for the scam, you're good. And I took it as a loss. The crazy thing, one of the guys messaged me back, was like, man, I'm so sorry for scamming you. I don't have much money. My family is this and this and that. I actually should pull it up. No, I'm not even gonna pull it up. I don't feel like pulling up my Discord. He's like, I'm sorry for scamming you and this and that, man. Please, please. I mean, he's like, please pray for me and something like that. So I was like, wow. So that was one scam. Another scam is I work with a pretty big Instagram page, and they told me they would do this and that and this and that, and this was the price. And obviously, I negotiated, got it down a little bit. And one thing about me, I don't trust many social media pages. I understand how people buy bots. I understand how most of the pages are fake, but still, you don't rule out the fact that some of these pages do have reach. So I reached out to this page, and I actually know the person, so I'm not going to call any names or call them out. But I reached out, and obviously that's how I was able to get the price down lower. So I made the payment, and then we went through back and forth about this is how we're going to post. And I ended up pretty much doing most of the work. And with that being said, I remember the first post went out, and this page had all this reach, and the first post went out, and I can tell based on the comments that it was all bots, and I was mad as hell. I was like, "Damn, I got 4, 5, 6, 7 more posts to go, and I can tell this is fake." And so I lost my money. So in total, between the two, it's about $20,000 that got scammed. That's not to include the rug pulls. I've been rug pulled twice, and what a rug pull is you buy into a project, um, and then the actual artist or the founder of the project just disappears. They run away with all the money that they raise. So a 10,000 project, say you sell it for 100 each, that founder makes $1 million, and you're left holding the bag. And that's happened to me twice. And one particular project I actually got pulled from Opensea. And I'm like, Opensea's not accountable for this. How come they don't verify the actual art? And that was this project. Let me show you really quick. That was this project right here. Let me let's remove this. Let me share this. That was this project right here. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, that was this project right here. Scammers. No. Shoot, not that one. Is that the right one? Am I on the right one? Yeah. How 5,000 baby apes were stolen from their parents. There was a project called Little Baby Apes. The crazy thing, when I bought it, it literally quadrupled in price within the first couple minutes. Now I could have sold it, and I wouldn't even be thinking about this, but I held on thinking this. Oh man, this potentially could be a unicorn project. Then I started seeing all these rumblings about stolen art, stolen art, stolen art. And I'm looking at it like, well, it's on OpenSea. I mean, maybe it's just people trying to get them to sell, or maybe they're looking at it from the other perspective, like let me get them to sell so I could buy it. Um, but I definitely, if I would have known what I know now, I would have sold it and got up out of there. But I didn't. And eventually, the correct collection, the artist, he verified everything with OpenSea, and then they ended up taking this actual collection off of OpenSea. So everyone that owned this art just basically lost all of their money. And for me, I'm like, damn, like that's not right. Like OpenSea doesn't have any liability with this, and they didn't. I don't know. I've heard rumblings that there may be lawsuits or stuff like that, but I'm not much of a lawsuit person. So I just took it as a loss. And so back to the question: are NFT scams? Hell yeah, there are a lot of scams out there. And as I've stated in past shows, I think that eventually a lot of the scams, a lot of the BS is going to get weeded out. But it's going to take some time. I mean, I've seen projects sell out in 30 minutes. And then I look back at that project in a couple weeks and it's non existent. That's a lot of money, because this particular project marketed effectively. They're saying they got celebrities backing them. Everybody is in this. And then next thing you know, in a couple weeks, it's nowhere to be found. So um, there are definitely a lot of scams. Actually, I'm gonna show you one more scam that just happened not too long ago. And once again, this is OpenSea again. Um, let's do this. So scammers exploit OpenSea flaw to buy NFTs at rock bottom prices. A person said, "I just lost an ape, guys. I'm crying. How did this happen?" Tweeted a user whose NFT was bought for just $750 and resold for 190,000. This article will be in the description. You could check it out. So scammers appear to be leveraging an issue in the NFT marketplace OpenSea to purchase valuable NFTs at a much lower price than their current listing. So when you buy and sell um, NFTs on OpenSea, and I don't know about the other marketplaces. I've only purchased and sold NFTs on OpenSea. It can be complicated at times. Sometimes you can actually get an approval that your transaction went through, and then you'll get something stating that there was a failure. So you might get charged gas, and you may not have ownership of that NFT, and then there's no accountability. You're not getting a refund. Um, so to the point of what the person is saying, I think he's being extremist. There's a big fight between gamers and NFTs, and it's almost like gamers are like, "Fuck NFTs," um, and NFTs are like, "Well, we're not all bad." And once again, like from my perspective in building a collection, I'm really, really trying to create value for the community, for the concept, back in body with the Bar Gang. So there are a lot of projects that's trying to do the right thing, building up community, giving people ownership in those pieces, creating value, and not just the art, but in real world things. I mean, there's projects that um, that's doing stuff for the women's movement, that's fighting different diseases and issues all over the world. So I don't think it's all bad. So, but definitely there are scams. I just think that that particular article, the individuals being an extremist, but they had some very valid points. So, yes, I'm about to wrap up. Before I do, I want to share an article that I wrote. I think it was February 2019. I was in a much different space then, but I still feel that way now. The title of the article is You're Already There. Basically, the premise of the article is everything you want to be, you already are. Most things you lose sleep over may never happen. So accept your reality, worry less, and stop complicating life. I think too many times we are so caught up in um, what's next. I don't have this. I don't have that. Woe is me. But the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of things that we've overcome to get where we are today. And I think the moment we start to focus on what's going right, we're going to create an opportunity for us to see a better tomorrow. But I think we have to be cool and accept where we are today. So I know it's not that simple. It's not that easy. A couple points I just mentioned is, one, you got to be positive, um, be less materialistic. I think the moment we start to get caught up in social media, get caught up in looking at others, we always, feel inadequate. We always feel like we're not doing enough. I mentioned embrace change. In order for you to get what you want, sometimes you got to make the tough decisions. You got to do things that are a little bit uncomfortable. Be grateful, once again, be thankful for where you are, and live life with no regrets. I mean, ultimately, put yourself in a situation where you tried, and whether it works or it doesn't work, you can, when it's all said and done, you can look back and say, I put my best foot forward. But if you're just kind of sitting there and just accepting whatever comes your way and not making an effort to be happy or to fix your situation, then when it's all said and done, you're gonna look back and say, I wish I would have did that, or I wish I would have did this. So you don't want to do that. Take risks, um, and live life with no regrets. So I'm out of here. Once again, I want to share one of my 1 minute with BBTs that I used to do on Instagram, and then I'm wrapping it up. Okay. I had a conversation at the bar with a guy the other day. He couldn't find a job, no money, and he just broke up with his girlfriend. He seemed lost and unsure about what to do next. You might be feeling the same way too. Fake friends, relationship issues, and endless problems to name. It doesn't help that we have this social media crap where everybody is lying and thinking like they have it all figured out. I mean, I have those moments where I'm sad. Why I don't have this, or why hasn't this happened yet? Then I focus on what's going right. I stop comparing myself to others, and I accept that we all gotta blaze our own path. We all have problems, but we can either focus on the negative and feel bad, or we can embrace the possibilities and visualize a more positive outlook moving forward. Well, it's time to hit the gym because it's no days off. Are you living your life with purpose or just going through the motions? If the latter, figure out what you enjoy and do more of it. When we wake up to a goal that we're passionate about and we care about what we're doing, we'll be able to process the bad shit that will happen and always say, I'm good. Smile for a thumbnail. Message. So look, y'all, have a happy Monday. I hope you enjoy. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Have fun. really, really, if you don't have that big goal you're working on, figure it out and start working on it. So I am out of here, and I wish you have an amazing day. Peace.